I'm Jason Hecker with Egon Zehnder, and we're here at the second annual Feeding It Forward Executive Forum, and I'm here with Alan Murray, CEO of Nextfoods Goodbelly. Thanks for joining us, Alan.
Yeah, pleasure. Nice to be here.
Well, Alan, maybe we just start off. I'd love your perspective. We're talking about this topic of personalized nutrition. How would you define it? What is personalized nutrition?
If we go back a little bit, personalized nutrition was a shake and a scale. I put some powder in a thing, I shook it up like that, I jumped on the scale and saw whether my weight went down or not. So it's come a little bit further than that, because apart from the scale now, we have masses of data available to us with people examining every body fluid we might be able to produce and various other data points that they can take. And then on the basis of that say, well, then you need this. I don't think that translation into you need this and therefore I will sell it to you has made any money for anybody yet. So it's got a long way to go.
So how long? If you had a crystal ball, what's the future look like?
I think that if you look at the practice of personalized nutrition through the physician, i.e. something's wrong, I go to the doctor, he says, eat a bit more of this, take these vitamins, that channel is already established and you've got a motivated consumer. Until you have the motivated consumer, you're not going to get behavioral conformity. So are we 5 years away from that? I think the tip has already happened with those that are highly motivated to consume in a certain pattern because of some sort of disease state, or because I'm trying to do something with my body, like prepare it for a marathon or become a bodybuilder or something like that. Sure, I'm motivated, I'll follow the regimen. But before that becomes a mass thing, you're just not going to have adoption and habit forming very easily. So we're there already. The question is, how long does it take for it to become really big?
And what are the challenges to get it to be really big? You've talked a little bit about data. It's one of the areas. Is that one of the keys?
Well, the data's there, but, I know I shouldn't have alcohol tonight and I shouldn't eat a fatty meal, and I'm going to do both of those. So the data's available. I know those things are bad for me, but I haven't modified my behavior. So I don't know if more data is going to make us behave in a different way. We know we shouldn't smoke. We know we shouldn't eat salty foods. We know we shouldn't eat fatty foods. We know we shouldn't have sugar. So the data's already there. It's the question of the behavior. How do we get that to conform?
And who's the we to make that happen? What's the role of a Goodbelly Nextfoods in making that happen?
Interestingly, those consumers who are most likely to stay with the brand are people who had some sort of issue. They then went to a physician or a nurse practitioner or some sort of medical person who said, you should try probiotics. They take a while to find the right thing, but when they do, they notice a dramatic change in, generally it's energy. And the comment we get most from consumers is, after discovering Goodbelly, it changed my life. So that person, they might stray or not consume for a couple of days, but they're back very quickly when the old symptoms return. So for us, it's about being able to help people who have an issue. Those will then tell others, and then it'll slowly become more of a proactive form of health management.
So in this world where you get more personalized and it is more mass than the person that has the issue with the doctor, what are the challenges you face as a manufacturer and a producer of this brand to get there?
With a medical system that's not really geared towards proactive prevention, it's difficult to take advantage of that. So the main challenges for us as a brand are to get out there that there is something that works for a lot of people. You can't, in the area that we operate in, make medical claims, so we don't. But we do allow consumers to talk to each other through Facebook groups and other fora. And they then tell each other what this has done for them, and then it starts spreading. So you've got to be extremely smart in how you talk to those converted consumers to try and help them become brand ambassadors for Goodbelly. The way that we're doing that now is also using artificial intelligence by knowing how do we personalize a message to that particular consumer through a newsletter that's highly relevant to them so that they look forward to it, see it as a trusted source of information, and then they then adopt that as, okay, I trust these guys, the right sort of information. But being able to personalize that is something that requires big data and artificial intelligence, which is something we're working with now.
I'm interested in the leadership side. I mean, you've been a CEO in the packaging industry previously and now in this nutrition space. Tell me how it's different and what are some of the key leadership requirements for you in a VUCA world where everything is changing?
Mm-hmm. You know, it's not dissimilar to when I got my first CEO job in my 30s. And suddenly you're running a $100 million company with a whole lot of people who are older than you and specialists in their particular area, whether it be manufacturing or on the technical side or the lawyer guy or the finance guy. Everyone's older than you. They're all smarter than you in their area. So it requires those fundamental managerial skills of how do I get the most out of the individuals and how do I get the most out of the team. Now, in this area of personalized nutrition, microbiome science, and probiotics, which is where I operate, it's very much the same. I still know less than everybody else in the place. They're just now all much younger than I am. The whole marketing department is in their, not yet in their 30s. And they use language that I don't understand, much like way back. And I just have to try figure out who's got it, and then let them go, trust them, wait until the results come back and say, okay, that person seems to know what they're talking about.
Yeah. And is it just that we're getting older or they're getting younger? So are you bringing in more millennials and people? Is there something to some of this younger talent that's coming in? And
it's a difficult thing. It's like, how do we, old guys like me, assess talent where I really don't know what they do? I mean, I understand most of it, but there's a good 20% of the words that I haven't even heard before. And so I think you have to rely on the professional talent people like yourselves, for instance, or, references of what have they done before. But, it's so difficult because everybody's, revolutionized the world and tripled the world GDP all before they were 30 these days. So it's really is incumbent on professionals to guide us in that. And that's what we do. We can't do it alone.
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us this year.
Good
Hopefully
chatting
next
to you.
year as well.
Okay, cheers.